All right, so we're diving deep today
Okay.
into Chapter 2 of Grant Sabatier's Financial Freedom.
Well,
And we're going to be talking about retiring early.
okay.
Not necessarily quitting work altogether,
Right.
but reaching a point where you have the financial freedom to spend your time as you choose.
Absolutely.
So what would you say if I told you
Yeah.
that time is more valuable than money?
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
You know, money can be earned
Right.
and lost,
Right.
but time is a finite resource.
Right.
Sabatier really drives this point home by
Right.
saying that the average person
Yeah.
only has about 25,000 days
Wow.
in their adult life.
25,000 days.
Yeah.
That puts it in perspective.
It does.
Makes you think about how you're spending your time.
Absolutely.
For sure.
It really challenges that traditional idea of working until you're 65
Yeah.
and then, hoping you have enough time and health left
Right.
to enjoy your retirement. Sabatier argues that by aggressively saving and investing
Okay.
early on,
Yeah.
you can gain control
Yeah.
over your time much sooner.
You're saying we shouldn't just blindly follow
Exactly.
that traditional plan.
Exactly.
Right?
He uses the story of Travis to illustrate this.
Okay.
Travis has been saving 5% of his income for retirement
Okay.
since he started working.
Right.
So on the surface,
Yeah.
that seems responsible.
Oh, right. Right.
But then you learn about his lifestyle,
Okay.
the big house, new cars,
Mm-hmm.
and the debt that he's accumulated.
Oh.
And it makes you wonder, is 5% really enough,
Right.
especially when you factor in things like lifestyle inflation?
Yeah, it's easy to fall into that trap of thinking
Yeah.
that just because you're saving something,
Right.
you're on the right track.
Exactly.
But it's really about looking at the bigger picture
It is.
and being more strategic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a key part of that strategy
Okay.
is understanding the power of compounding.
Oh, the magic of compounding.
Yes.
It's incredible how money can grow
It is.
exponentially over time.
Yeah.
Sabatier uses the example of investing just $100
Yeah.
with a 10% annual return.
Right.
And it turns into over $4,500 in 40 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
It really highlights the point
Yeah.
that even small amounts invested consistently
Yeah.
can snowball over time.
Right.
The earlier you start,
Yeah.
the more time your money has to grow.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But then there's that thing called inflation
Right.
that we always have to think about.
Yes, inflation constantly erodes
Yeah.
the purchasing power of our savings.
Right.
Sabatier highlights that $470,000
Okay.
in 40 years might only have the buying power
Wow.
of $144,000 today
Yeah.
because of those rising prices.
So even if we're saving,
Right.
we have to make sure that it's outpacing
Yes,
inflation.
exactly.
A lot to think about.
There is. But Sabatier
Yeah.
doesn't just highlight the challenges. He
Thanks.
offers solutions.
Mm.
He encourages us to rethink
Okay.
our relationship with money.
Right.
Rather than viewing money as a limited resource,
Okay.
we should view it as a renewable resource.
Okay.
There are many ways to earn more.
So instead of focusing on cutting expenses,
Yes.
we can also think about ways to increase our income.
Precisely. And he introduces this concept
Okay.
of financial independence,
Okay.
which is about reaching a point
Yeah.
where you have enough financial security
Right.
to work because you want to,
Okay.
not because you have to.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
It does. And he even shares stories of people who've already achieved this.
Really?
People who retired early and are living life on their own terms.
So they're not necessarily
Right.
never working again.
Exactly.
They just have the freedom to choose
The freedom to choose.
how they spend their time.
That's the heart of it.
Yeah.
These stories show that financial independence
Yeah.
opens up a world of possibilities.
It's fascinating
It is.
how these early retirees illustrate Sabatier's point
Yeah.
about the value of time.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder,
It does.
what would you do if you had more time
Yeah.
and financial freedom?
It's a question worth pondering.
That's a great point.
Yes.
Something for our listeners to think about.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back in part 2
Okay.
to continue this conversation about financial independence.
Sounds good.
So we just finished talking about these inspiring stories
We did.
of people who retired early.
Yes.
But, those stories might make some people think that's great for them, but it's not possible for me.
It's easy to feel that way. It
Yeah.
can seem like this far off,
Right.
almost mythical achievement.
Right.
But that's where Sabatier's approach is so valuable.
Okay. Yeah.
He breaks down the process of reaching financial independence
Yeah.
into these concrete, actionable steps.
So he doesn't just dangle these amazing stories.
Exactly.
Without giving us a way to get there ourselves.
Not at all.
Okay.
He provides a framework.
Okay.
Starting with the fundamental question.
Yeah.
How much money do you actually need to achieve financial independence?
Right.
And what's interesting is
yeah,
he doesn't just throw out a random number.
Right.
Or a one-size-fits-all formula.
So it's not about trying to amass
no.
some arbitrary sum of money.
It's about understanding your own personal spending habits and lifestyle goals.
So what does financial freedom look like for you?
Exactly.
Okay.
What does a fulfilling life look like for you?
Got it.
And once you have a clear picture of that, you can start to calculate what he calls your financial independence number, which is the amount of money you need to sustain that lifestyle.
To support yourself.
Without relying on a traditional job.
Okay.
And that's where he introduces that concept of time value.
Okay.
He encourages us to really examine what an hour of our time is worth.
So instead of thinking, how much do I need to save? We should be thinking, how much do I need to be earning passively to support the life I want?
It's a subtle but powerful shift in perspective.
Yeah, it makes you realize
it does
that every hour you're spending doing something you don't enjoy is an opportunity cost.
It is.
It's time you could be spending on things that are more meaningful or enjoyable to you.
That's a key takeaway.
Yeah.
And this is where Sabatier challenges that conventional wisdom of solely focusing on cutting expenses.
So we shouldn't just be pinching pennies and...
He doesn't dismiss frugality altogether,
Okay.
But he argues that it shouldn't be the primary driver of your financial freedom journey.
So while it's important to be mindful of spending,
yes,
we should be focusing just as much, if not more,
absolutely,
on increasing our income.
Exactly. Instead of just shrinking our expenses, we should be expanding our earning potential.
Got it.
He encourages readers to explore multiple income streams, including side hustles, investments, and even starting their own businesses.
He's not talking about get-rich-quick schemes or anything like that?
No. He emphasizes building sustainable income sources that align with your skills, your interests, and your values.
So it's about finding something that you're good at.
Exactly.
And that you enjoy doing.
It's about leveraging your unique strengths to create a life that is both financially secure and personally fulfilling.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your financial goals.
It is.
With your passions and values.
Precisely. It's about taking ownership of your financial future.
Yeah.
It's about moving from being a passive recipient of income to being an active creator of wealth.
That's empowering.
It is.
But it's like, how do we even begin to take those first steps?
It's understandable to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But the key is to remember that you don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Even small steps can lead to big changes over time.
So where do we even start?
Well, he recommends starting with awareness.
Okay.
Track your expenses.
Okay.
Understand where your money is going.
Right.
And identify areas where you can potentially reduce spending.
Okay.
Right. But don't stop there.
All right.
Also explore different income-generating opportunities that pique your interest.
All right.
Maybe it's a side hustle related to a hobby that you enjoy.
Right.
Or perhaps it's diving into the world of online business.
So it's about taking action.
That's exactly it.
Even if it's small,
yes,
consistent action.
Every action you take, no matter how seemingly insignificant, contributes to your overall progress.
So Sabatier provides a roadmap.
He does.
But it's really up to each individual to find what works best for them.
It's a personalized journey.
Yeah, what works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. But the underlying principles are universal.
Okay.
Understanding your financial needs.
Right.
Valuing your time. Increasing your earning potential. And taking consistent action. Towards your goals.
This has been so insightful.
It has?
I feel like we've shifted our perspective.
Me too.
From just thinking about saving money to thinking about creating a more fulfilling and financially secure life.
That's the goal.
So where do we go from here?
Well, in the final part, we'll delve deeper into Sabatier's specific strategies for earning more money. investing wisely,
Okay.
and accelerating your journey towards financial independence.
Sounds good.
We'll explore those different income-generating models.
Okay.
Learn how to leverage our skills and interests.
All right.
And discover how to create a life that is both financially abundant and personally meaningful.
We have a lot to unpack.
We do.
We'll be back with part 3
after
a short break. All right, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Grant Sabatier's financial freedom. We've talked about the importance of time.
We have.
The power of compounding.
Yes.
The need to shift our focus from saving to earning.
Right.
And now let's get into the specifics.
Okay.
What are some of Sabatier's strategies?
Well, one of the things I appreciate about his approach is that he doesn't present a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
He offers a diverse toolkit of income-generating ideas.
So there's no magic formula.
Right.
It's more about...
It's about finding what works best for you.
Okay.
He encourages readers to think outside the box.
Yeah.
And identify opportunities that align with their individual skills, interests, and lifestyle.
So leveraging what you're already good at or passionate about.
Yeah. And he also talks about different income-generating models.
Okay.
Like the difference between trading your time for money versus building something that generates income passively.
So is the hourly model kind of like a good...
Right. He calls one the hourly model.
Okay.
Where you're essentially exchanging your time for a set hourly rate.
Okay.
This is how most traditional jobs work.
Right. And then there's the...
And then there's what he calls the scalable business model.
Okay.
Where you create systems or assets that can generate income without your direct constant involvement.
So the goal is to...
That's the idea.
Move toward...
And Sabatier provides a ton of practical advice on how to do that.
Okay, like what?
He talks about things like creating online courses, writing ebooks, building niche websites that generate advertising revenue, and investing in dividend-paying stocks.
So he's really encouraging people to experiment.
He is. He emphasizes the importance of experimentation and having a growth mindset. Being willing to try different things, see what works, what you enjoy, and adapting your strategies along the way.
It sounds like you don't have to have it all figured out from the start.
Exactly.
He also stresses the importance of automation and delegation.
He does, which I think is crucial for anyone looking to create more freedom.
Can you talk a bit more about that?
The idea is to create systems that can run smoothly without requiring your constant attention. This might involve using technology to automate certain tasks. Or it might involve outsourcing tasks to others.
All right, so freeing up your time.
The goal is to free up your time and energy so that you can focus on higher level tasks or pursue other passions.
Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
So how does all of this?
Well, ultimately, it's about having that flexibility to choose how you spend your time. It's about having the financial security to pursue your passions, spend time with loved ones, travel, or even continue working on projects you're passionate about, but on your own terms.
So having options.
It's about having options.
And designing a life that...
that truly aligns with your values.
That's a really...
and aspirations.
Powerful concept.
It is.
And he doesn't just leave us with these concepts.
No, he provides a concrete action plan.
Does he walk the walk?
He does. He guides readers. Through the process of setting financial goals. Creating a budget. Building multiple income streams. And investing wisely.
So he's giving us a roadmap.
He is. But he also emphasizes that it's not just about following a set of instructions. It's about cultivating the right mindset.
So it's about...
It's about believing in your own potential. Overcoming those limiting beliefs. And taking consistent action.
So aligning your mindset.
That's a great way to put it.
With your goals.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive.
We covered a lot of ground.
We did.
What stands out to you as the biggest takeaway?
For me, it's the reminder that time is our most valuable asset. Sabatier's message is clear. Don't wait for retirement to start living the life you want. Start taking steps today to create more freedom and flexibility in your life.
I hope this deep dive has inspired our listeners.
I do too.
To think differently about their relationship with time and money.
Absolutely.
that financial independence is achievable.
It is.
Even if it seems like a distant goal.
It all starts with awareness.
Right.
With a decision.
Okay.
To take control of your financial future.
So if you could retire early, what dreams would you pursue?
That's a good question.
What impact would you make on the world?
Yeah.
What would you do with the gift of time?
The possibilities are endless.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
Until next time, keep learning.
Absolutely.
Keep growing and keep diving deep.